Good morning, Bayview family. It is Monday, August 2nd, 2021, and we have our three scripture readings for the day. Our psalm reading is going to be Psalm 107, 1 through 3, and then we're going to skip over 33 through 43. Our Old Testament reading is going to be Numbers chapter 11, verses 16 through 23, and then jumping over and having verses 31 and 32. And then our New Testament reading is going to be from the book of Ephesians chapter 4, verses 17 through 24. Let us listen in. Psalms 107. Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, for his steadfast love endures forever. Let the redeemed for the Lord say so, those he redeemed from trouble, and gathered into the lands, from the east and from the west, and from the north and from the south. He turns rivers into desert, springs of water into thirsty ground, a fruitful land into a salty waste, because of the wickedness of the inhabitants. He turns a great desert into pools of water, a parched land into a spring of water. And there he let his hunger live, and they established a town to live in. They sow fields and plant vineyards, and get a fruitful yield. By his blessings they multiply greatly, and he does not let their cattle decrease. When they are diminished and brought low, through oppression, trouble, and sorrow, he pours contempt on princesses, and make them the wonders and tactless wastes. But he raises up the needy out of distress, and makes their family like flocks. The upright see it and are glad, and all of the wickedness stops its mouth. Let those who are wise give heed to these things, and consider the steadfast love of the Lord. Our Old Testament reading does come from the book of Numbers, chapter 11, verses 16 through 23, and then we jump over 31 and 32. Here we go. So, the Lord said to Moses, "Gather for me 70 of the elders of Israel, whom you know to be the elders of the people and officers over them. Bring them to the tent of meeting, and have them take their place with you. I will come down and talk with you there, and I will take some of the Spirit that is on you and put it on them. And they shall bear the burden of the people along with you, so that you will not bear it by yourself. And say to the people, consecrate yourself for tomorrow, and you shall eat meat. For you have wailed in the hearings of the Lord, saying, if only we could eat meat. Surely it was better for us in Egypt. Therefore the Lord will give you meat, and you shall eat. You shall eat not only 1 day, or 2 days, or 5 days, or 10 days, or 20 days, but for a whole month, until it comes out of your nostrils, and becomes loathsome to you, because you have rejected the Lord who is among you, and you have wailed before him, saying, why did we ever leave Egypt? But Moses said, the people I am with number 600,000 on foot, and you say, I will give them meat, that they may eat for a whole month? Are there enough flocks and herds to slaughter for them? Are there enough fish in the sea to catch for them? The Lord said to Moses, is the Lord's power limited? Now you shall see whether my word will come true or not. Then a wind out from the Lord, and it brought quails from the sea, and let them fall beside the camp, about a day's journey on the side and a day's journey on the other side, all around the camp, about 2 cubits deep on the ground. So the people worked all day and night, and all the next day, gathering the quails. The least anyone gathered was 10 homers, and they spread them out for themselves, all around the camp. Our New Testament reading today comes from the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verses 17 through 24. Now this I affirm and insist on in the Lord. You must no longer live as Gentiles live, in the futility of all their minds. They are darkened in their understanding, alienated from the life of God because of their ignorance and hardness of heart. They have lost all sensitivity and have abandoned themselves to lies, greed, and the practice of every kind of impurity. That is not the way you learn Christ. For surely you have heard about him and were taught in him, as truth is in Jesus. You were taught to put away the former life, your old self, corrupt and deluded by its own lust, and to be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and to clothe yourself with a new self, created accordingly to the likeness of God, in true righteousness and holiness. And here ends our readings for the day.